room in Warsaw last night and stayed. And all of them were booked. There's some going on for
summer.
Yeah. And he said that all of them that he called their first, closest, nicest recommendation for a hotel in the area was Brook Pointe.
Thank
Oh,
you.
wow.
Hey, that's pretty nice.
The next thing that somebody commented on was they think that we should have gunny sacks / rolling down the hill tent.
I did enjoy watching
The kids were doing that all
roll
day.
down-
They did it all
and
by themselves.
I saw a couple parents do it and it was great.
Are you putting Lydia down?
No, I'm about to leave. I have to go in.
Okay.
One
So-
minute, my alarm's gonna go off.
The gunny sack race ended up to be a roll down the hill kind of race. Is that right?
Well, no. There's somebody suggested that we put a gunny sack with like plastic sheeting down the hill, and then they go in gunny sacks down the hill, and then also have
Like a
stroll down the
slide.
hill.
Yeah, kids would
Oh.
love that.
You remember?
It's free. It
I
doesn't cost us
watched-
But
anything.
you remember
watched
Gordon's
parents
campground,
do
right?
it.
Remember
I
that
mean,
tube that they had?
Yeah.
And that's
They were
roll
having
down
a
the hill.
blast and they didn't even
It's
have
still
a
there,
sack.
by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Hey, I'm about to leave, so can I interrupt for a second?
Yep.
Your mom suggested some type of a little carnival for kids where you have like an area with hay bales around it to separate it off, and then have carnival games where they can have some tickets and
And
you
that
know,
would be
win
a
things
money
and
maker.
play
You
can have a
games
little
and-
Like throw the
You have to be
ball in the
careful if you
bucket.
make that a money maker though, because that would be confusing. Because
Kids
all
won't
other
wanna do it.
activities are
true.
not money makers.
I don't mind.
But it could still. I mean, we could give away those little bracelets that cost
Alexa?
like 20 cents
Stop.
or whatever as prizes. The prizes don't matter. They can
Right.
be they can be Tootsie Rolls,
Right.
but just something.
That's a good
Tootsie Roll
idea.
for prizes.
That's a
Yeah,
good
those little ones.
That's
idea.
a good
But you can have a
idea.
little
Everybody
maze,
loves
too.
any kind of
Oh, maybe it'll be fun.
But I-
Use a maze
Ask
and
any
make it
kid.
simple.
I think
Right, you
charging
get
you
your,
for
you get a
food
ticket, and at the
people are
end you turn in
eating,
your tickets and you get to
we
pick
should
whether you want a
do.
piece of candy
Yeah.
or
But
a
activities,
toy or
100%, I think should be
Okay.
free.
I
Bye.
think.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
I
Thank you,
definitely
Christy.
think.
Activities
What time are
free.
you gonna be home? What is this day? This is when
This
allergies.
is
allergies.
Wednesday. If the allergist takes forever and ever.
But you'll be
which is-
home before church.
Well, I was gonna say if the allergist takes forever and ever, which is possible, then you'll need to take Caitlin and Lydia and the
Okay.
Coles
Are you taking the H2?
to church. Yeah, I guess I probably should, just in case you need it.
Yeah.
Van.
Well, I don't need it. I don't worry about it. I won't
No,
need
I'll leave you the van. I'll take these
it.
two.
Okay, it's fine. License plate is in the front.
Oh, great.
Okay. Well, that's why I haven't been driving too much. Somebody suggested that we get the National Honor Society for volunteers because they have to do so many hours of volunteering through the year.
Yes, they do.
Amen.
I say that like
That's what Alice
We-
was using. as
when
a
I-
Yes.
we
that's
should
right, yes.
just talk to Dr. Tom about him going
Hey,
to the groups that
I
need
was
it
in
for
that.
their
and I had to
volunteer hours
volunteer back
because
in the day.
DECA also has
Right.
volunteer hours. So I'll just talk to
You
Dr.
feel
Tom
good
about
about
that.
that?
I do
Um,
feel good about that.
Gary Taylor was one of our volunteers, and he loves Brook Pointe. He actually found out about us when he bought a romance getaway in Fort Wayne.
Cool.
I thought that was interesting when I was talking to them. Number 30 is people couldn't find the hayride.
Yes, I moved the sign midday to the where the food sign was.
Eric found it.
Oh, the mail. Somebody told me that the mail bus driver was mean, but I found out why. He was trying to get tips.
That's
So
So he was mean?
Well, to our
to our
volunteers.
volunteers, because we had volunteers.
Public
Speaking of
load
which, we need to have a volunteer that's at the high school.
Yeah, at least actually probably more
Why do
than
we
one
need one
because
at the high school? Just
helping
curious.
load
They're helping
strollers.
load the strollers and getting people down the road faster.
Okay.
That's what the
Otherwise,
bus driver
Yeah.
wanted to
was
do.
doing it.
Okay.
That's the bus driver wanted.
Because we had volunteers up here helping.
That would speed up the bus trips because
Well, the other thing that we need to do for bus trips is just shorter route on the trip here. The trip here took.
yeah,
I
because
have it.
you guys went down and
Yeah, I have it
Around.
somewhere, but the
You went
trip
down and
here.
around?
yeah,
Well,
Does
the bus got stuck.
so they couldn't turn around.
They couldn't turn around. They got stuck.
Oh,
Literally stuck.
Oh yeah, that's what I got the text.
So that's where we like, oh crap. So we had to redo the whole way the whole buses worked, which is easy enough to remember.
The only issue
Number-
with that is if they drop off up here still, the door's on the opposite side.
We gave the bus drivers a tip of a couple's romance getaway.
Yep.
Which works out really well
He
because
was very happy.
our raw cost on that is $8. So it's not that big a deal. Number 31 is
with time and with setup and materials, maybe 10.
You talking about the room?
Yeah, for almost getaway.
You talking about rooms only $8?
Our hard costs.
our
Yeah.
materials,
The things they have to keep.
sparkling cider.
It's not our man hours.
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
No,
Not man hours.
Yeah, so
No.
at least $25.
I was shooting around 50. to
No
make sure everybody
way.
gets taken care
There's
of.
no way that it costs
Hey,
us
you
that
gotta pay
much.
me. You gotta pay the front desk. You gotta pay the clean lady. You gotta pay a maintenance guy in case
Yeah.
something happens. Everybody needs a little bit of
I
something.
have something about face
I
paint
don't know. Let me
return
know what
that I
the
have
actual
no.
cost
Oh,
Thank
That
you
was
so
me and
much.
you.
These
yeah,
guys
you got all that returned.
Yep, we're good. And
Um,
all of it, like I was able to take a dry cloth, like paper towel from the stuff that they used, and I
Good
wiped it
sign of
out,
good
and so it's
budgeting.
clean, it's
Overestimate
dry.
your
Cool.
expenses
I
and
sealed it
So how
tight.
much do
underestimate
you
your
think we got back of the $800?
Thank you, Eric.
If you had to guess.
It helps being stupid is what you're
Okay.
telling me.
At least 500.
Glad I could
I
help.
mean, and that was maybe, because a couple of them were just barely used, but we still have a good amount for next year.
Okay.
I
Good.
mean, we're not gonna need to buy any for next year.
We're the
I'm
nice thing
positive.
is going
that?
It's
at
paint.
at teardown next year. What we'll do is we'll load up all this stuff back into the Benson trailer.
Yep.
When everybody was tearing down, everybody's just like, "Well, where are we putting all this stuff?" And I'm like, "Well, that's a great question. I
Yeah.
didn't, because I knew we had a fall festival room, but
Yeah.
how are we getting it to there? Are we gonna clean stuff up here first and then take it up there?" So then that's when all of a sudden we
Well,
just made the executive
When we
decision.
have,
load all of it.
since we have all the totes and just put everything back in the totes and then it can all be one spot and then that
Yeah.
can just be loaded.
I put on here, we need a thorough map with details. Number 35, vendor contract needs to be created. Number 36 was donation barrel. Number 37, Eric Fridge, God deployed and his, Eric Frick's goddaughter and dad did a great job on the bus.
They
and
did.
they really enjoyed it.
They did.
So that
Put
one lady
couples-
backed
Put
out on you?
couples, yes, she did. Put couples romance getaway booth in front of windows by conference room. That's what I put. That's just a note that I made.
Well, we need, because we have to redo layout anyway, because if we have the restaurant there at the time, we're gonna have to really redo the map in general.
Yeah.
And we have to figure out how to get our traffic flows to our places that
Yeah.
are gonna make us money.
I put on here blow up 100 balloons beforehand and have one person continuously blowing up balloons and 2 people making the balloons.
I think we need more people making them. Don't you? Or maybe like
Those
rotating some
two
volunteer,
stations were. It was
rotating some
it was a
volunteers out.
cluster in that corner.
Yeah.
And it's not the end of the world that it's a cluster, but I'm just thinking.
But remember, you can only make them like an hour in advance.
I'm not disagreeing.
And then
That was
it's
a-
like I
that was
think
my
we
traffic.
rotate like and have about 4 or 5 volunteers. We could rotate the pump, like
Even
someone
if we
blowing
have-
them up and handing them. And
Even if we have more people there, I think that was always a congregation point anyway. And I think
But
that's-
I'm
they were
wondering-
popular booths.
I'm wondering if we put those popular booths. Remember when we did the free popcorn all the way down by the bouncy or the gazebo?
Mhm.
if it
Because
wouldn't
the
get
bouncy
people,
houses
It
were
drew
not
people.
down there. It drew people
there.
that direction to get
Exactly.
people on that side of the
True.
property.
and it could
Exactly.
help
I'm
our
wondering
vendors.
if this year, because one of the problems that I didn't write down was the game station. Even people put on the surveys that they wanted more games. Well, the game station almost never got played.
That's because there's nothing up here to
There
draw.
was nothing up here to draw them, and we thought that would be a bigger draw. But I'm thinking that what we need to do is bring like the face painting and the
And mix it that way.
stat stuff up that direction.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Popcorn machine could be inside the hotel to draw the romance getaway booth. Free popcorn's inside.
Mm-mm.
No, because then you get that popcorn all over.
Popcorn
Yeah.
And
everywhere.
it stinks.
Definitely more
did
porta
anybody else
potties.
have
Just
any?
gonna say that again.
I know you.
I think you covered most of the ones I was concerned about.
Those porta potties are still. Nope, they're gone.
I will say that the Chelsea said that the girls loved the face paint. It was a lot easier, and they loved the stencils. Some liked the stencils and used them, some didn't, but it all worked well.
Who
They
was
were-
the volunteer there that was a little bit testy? What was her?
The
I
one
don't
in the
know.
purple.
The purple jacket.
I saw a video of that. I don't know who that was.
She was the one who
Yeah.
yelled at
Pam,
me when I first got there.
Eggert.
She wasn't very nice. She was scaring the girls.
Well, I don't know why, but I just think if somebody would have maybe talked to me about it and let me know what was going on,
She seemed
instead of
frustrated. I don't
asking
know.
her to
She
leave,
seemed frustrated.
which I think is kind of a little bit rude. Asking her to leave without even saying, "Hey, Carrie, you know this is." I know I was in a busy station, but somebody could have told me.
I think the biggest thing is next year, Carrie. I don't really want you on a station.
I
want you to
really
be with free flow.
chose that because it was a hard station. It scared me to even go to that station because I didn't know what I was doing. But then I just stopped and entertained them.
Yeah.
And
I
I
think you
chose
did
it
fine.
because it was
I think you
hard.
did fine. I really want to get to the point where
Trying
you
to be nice.
Two things
because
for-
Eric and I, Eric,
Nice is
Eric,
ending up in
me,
hell.
Carrie,
Huh?
a
What'd you
nice
say
slow,
about
steady
me?
pace of hell.
What?
It's like the best.
And it truly was.
All right, that's all the things that I wrote down.
Um,
What did somebody else have written down that I don't
Obviously,
know?
there's going to be more signage because we already talked about banners we need to buy as far as directional signage in terms of on property
Well,
or
and I
the
think
road.
another thing like this, that Pam lady that would have helped and is if we had a shift, because she was
Yeah.
exhausted. She had been there so long too,
Uh-huh.
so she was probably tired and
think
fed up with
realistically-
little petty
So
stuff.
that shows a lot of heart. So
Yeah,
for
no,
Jonelle to come at her and ask her to leave is
I was
just
a little upset about
awful.
Janelle. I'm not sure if you knew this or not, but she had Paul watch the front desk so she could take her kids out. Did you know that?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And I
And it
agree.
wasn't just for a little bit.
Wait,
it was
who-
for
who-
almost
who
a half
watched-
an hour.
Who watched the front?
Paul.
Paul, as in maintenance Paul.
As in maintenance Paul.
No,
she
no, no,
grabbed
no.
she grabbed maintenance
The
Paul.
person that she
Send
told
him
me
There were
behind the
many
front
times
desk
that
to
I
take the
saw-
phone calls.
The front desk.
Oh,
So
many times that I
Janelle-
saw,
Yeah,
but
she worked for a
While
little
she
bit,
was
which I
on the
understood
clock,
Bates
could take her
Hotel.
kids. Right.
Bates,
I knew
he
Liz had
took
helped
my
her.
line.
And that cost me $25 to get Liz here, by the way, because I had to pay for her gas from college. So I needed
But
Liz
she
here.
was good help.
I needed her
What
here.
was she doing?
She
She was
did
everywhere
everywhere.
helpful.
Okay.
Yeah,
She was very good
Who was
help.
this?
Liz. Liz
one,
Fetters.
one thing that I don't have written down is I don't think that we should do any free drinks next year.
Yes, I don't
Any
either
free what?
because we
Free
have
drinks.
we have the food
lemonade
trucks.
and the
Oh.
Yeah,
water.
food trucks.
I don't
Yeah.
think that we should do that. If we did anything, I think we should sell a hot chocolate.
Sell hot
That's
chocolate.
what a lot of people were asking.
Spend our time on that, yeah.
But I get very nervous, and the same reason why we didn't do coffee.
But-
Freaking people burning themselves
Yeah.
and suing me.
Yeah.
They can sue McDonald's all they want, and they have, and they've won,
which is
and
ridiculous.
and it'll continue to happen to McDonald's. I can't afford that.
right.
I'd much rather give them piss warm water, and stir in a little black flakes in it and say, "There you go, there's your coffee."
You know,
I'm
this
never
can't go on
getting coffee
YouTube
from
now.
Well, I don't want to get burned.
I
I'd
know,
much
no,
rather
I
make a
do.
bad review than getting somebody
Yeah.
suing us because they don't
Food.
know
The
anything.
food vendors
I-
definitely not coming for free next year.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry,
absolutely
but that's
100%.
They had made some really
But
good
we have-
they
cash.
did.
Okay, so I know that the Elephant Ear place went through 500 pounds of dough.
And the layout wasn't bad as far as the circle goes, but seating was a problem.
We can no longer have it in that side of the hotel.
That was a good
Because
idea.
if-
with
if the
with
restaurant is
hay
there
or the
next year-
We're gonna have
straw.
to flip
That's
it.
good.
It'll have to
has
be on
go
this
here.
side.
But the negative thing is why we put it over there is because that's the only place we have power.
So we have to run
So
in power.
what we'll have to do is we'll have to get not a separate meter, but a
New box.
a box put on where that transformer is.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be expensive, but, it's
But
gonna have
definitely
to
no free because my
No
friend
free.
had told me when she went online and
There's no
which
hose
we
hookup
don't
over there.
know where her registration went, but I
Yeah.
remember you telling me when
Yeah.
she did.
There's no hose to
She
go
paid
over there.
$50 online there. She didn't because she said
She couldn't pay $50.
she thought she did.
Anywho, yeah.
With that in mind, the same
Yeah.
issue is going to happen with the hayride, because if they can't walk over that way to load up on the hayride.
I think the hayride can still stay in the same spot.
But I mean, like where they load up and having to walk around the
They'll
restaurant.
just have to walk through the
It
hotel.
boils down to our signage at that point,
Yeah.
as far as shooting people around. I know we're going to want to tighten the zip line again, probably at least a month or a couple weeks out prior to the event. And then we also are going to want another $1,000 of limestone brought down.
Which that worked out perfect.
And pack that
If
in.
we would not have had the limestone,
It wouldn't have worked.
the whole thing would have collapsed.
The entire event.
So I was thinking of breaking it up into squadrons or areas. Like this person gets this area, and then you just patrol the one area. Because when you've got 80 million people coming at you from maintenance to do this, and this guy over here, a vendor over here, if I had one section of this festival I had to walk and maintain, I could take care of everything in that area.
I see what
That
you're
kind of thing.
Dennis did a great job on trash.
I,
saying. Great job.
Instead
have a
of
food runner.
dividing it up the time.
To
Yes.
our volunteers
Yes.
to
The food for volunteers needs
because
to be scheduled.
that
more
was
We need
I
to
mean
figure out
I
the-
don't even
I don't know
I want
for
to know what the
fact,
heck happened there.
but I'm pretty confident. Like I said, I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty confident. And the fact is that car show people
8.
and
How
Did
did
they?
they get up
and
there?
vendor people ate.
How
Why
did they
would
know
they
about
They
it
ate
to
our
get up
subs?
there?
Really?
Mhm.
That would
I
explain
don't
why it was all gone by like 1:30.
Yeah.
It was
Because-
How would they have known it was
32.
there?
Well,
Yeah.
because I know that like Paul and Jose told me that there were people up there not in vests.
Mm.
That explains a little bit because I'm thinking, how the heck did we go
You go
through
through
4
that much
6-foot
subs.
subs like that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But here's the question, it's 24 feet of sub,
Uh-huh.
okay? So if they're 12 footers, or 12 inches.
No,
you
they're
got-
not. I mean, you cut
Yeah,
them into
but-
threes.
So you'd have,
3-inch.
you would have 24 sandwiches. If you cut them in half, you'd have 48 sandwiches.
Mhm.
So you'd have 48 6-inch. I'm just curious, how many volunteers did we have?
Honestly,
I don't
I know
10,
that a few vendors
20.
brought me their kids.
30s.
I said between 30 and 40.
30 and 40.
That
But
food
that
was
is
gone
start
by
out.
1 o'clock at the latest. I mean,
We had-
by
it
1
was
we were
So
out of
for
food.
one family, I'm gonna shoot upper 40s.
Okay,
I
so
really am.
so all the volunteers should have gotten a 6
But they
sandwich.
They
But
That's
they
what I'm
didn't.
just saying.
There were
Actually,
some
like,
people
beating
that
them
I never
They're not.
left my station. I did balloon
Mhm.
animals for over 5 hours in a row.
Mhm.
I ate a cupcake out of your hands. Do you remember that? I don't even think you
I wanted
realize
you
I,
to
I
know bite,
definitely don't want to
and
be
she
in a
takes the whole
station
thing.
I took
because
the
I
whole
was
cupcake.
pulling to the-
Cause
That makes you feel
But-
good.
I was like, do you
Well,
realize
and
we
we
just
have to
did?
have those
Do
free
you
floaters.
know that, man?
Dude, that's why
And you
everybody
can,
did
like,
not.
I don't mind being a food runner too.
Right.
You know, like I think if I'm not stuck in a station and stuff like that's more doable.
Yep.
Because that
The only
that
way
whole
that this is
food
gonna work is
thing
if we
was
have
an
enough
issue, and that
volunteers.
really
A sign on the door saying volunteers only.
Okay.
it doesn't matter if volunteers are taking them up. I mean, someone had to direct them to that room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No one is just gonna
You
go.
can't stop that word of mouth
No
unless
one's
you
gonna
unless
go
you
just
talk to all your volunteers
vol-
prior.
I mean,
I
traveling
thought
through the hotel
that
with
the
their
barbecue
food.
I
guy
wonder
Do
was
we
if
have a
delicious.
volunteer meeting?
We did not.
We did not this year because the people that we got to the volunteer meeting last year,
Half
only
didn't show
like
up.
half of them showed up. And then, so we're like, well, what was the purpose of doing that? Because the only way we could get people to show up is if we fed them.
Yeah, well,
And
regular
I didn't-
volunteers.
I don't want feeders.
Did we do anything
A
for
hard
the,
gig anyway, you wanna look
farmers
at
for
it.
the hayride? Did we do that anything? For
Yeah, we
that?
gave them a couple's roommates getaway,
Did too.
and I told Joe that we'd pay him for any diesel. And they weren't really concerned because they were only gonna go through
Those
about 3
guys,
gallons
those guys
of
did a
diesel.
great job. I
All
hope
day
they
long.
were busy
They
nonstop.
nonstop.
Yeah.
One of them did take a bathroom break.
You did.
And I sent some people over there to feed them.
Oh, good.
So
Very nice.
Because I fed the bus drivers, I fed the
Now,
cops.
some staff actually used the restroom in Fort Kevin
Um,
where he wanted to, and I think it's where he wanted to use the restroom.
And
well, I told a couple people because there was such a long line.
Yeah.
in
Well, that's the thing. That's why we need more porta potties
I'm sorry.
because
I told
there
him,
was a couple
don't
times
do
I
it.
even personally swept and mopped and cleaned up the
Don't
inside
do
bathroom.
it.
It was that bad,
It was that
nasty in
I
there.
got red.
Oh,
That's why I
only
think we need
staff,
more. I
I
know
hope
you
so.
don't like spending money on it, but seriously, it was bad
I
and it
just
was
hate I
nasty
hate
at
spending
times.
money on things that I don't ever.
But I
get
can't.
back.
It's hard to pull off the front desk girl to do. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
So that's why I just asked her where the stuff was and help
Yeah.
because I didn't want to pull her away either.
It was bad.
So next year, will we be choosing a Saturday again? What is your plan? Can it be
Saturday,
on
I heard
Sunday?
a lot.
Saturday,
I heard a lot of
put it
good
this
about
way.
Saturday because parents didn't have to work.
That's-
I felt more comfortable on Saturday for one reason only. I mean, not just only one reason, but it was so spaced out enough time wise. There was never so much congestion and panic when something broke.
Because you guys have never been here before when we have like 3,000 people in 4 hours.
True.
You imagine all the people that were here
When the
instead of
zip-
9 hours
When the
in
break
4
for the
hours.
zip line broke last year or 2 years ago, whatever time that was.
Last year.
I definitely think
Yeah.
it should stay on
When it
Saturday.
broke and there
just
was a
not
line
9
of 200
hours, maybe
kids
6,
waiting for
7
us to
hours.
fix it,
I
that was stress.
I would
I think 6
definitely
hours.
definitely vote for it not starting before 11.
I say 6 hours max.
So what do you think?
That's hard.
Noon till 7?
6 hours
say
is
11
a
to
lot.
7. Because by the time it was 7:30 by the time
That's
everything was
8
shut down.
hours.
But
I-
2 4-hour
like-
shifts of volunteers, it's not bad.
That's not bad.
I just think that's too long.
Well, put it this way, the numbers showed that was what, the first hour was 150 people on the buses, so probably 200 people here in that first hour, and then in that last hour,
It was
about
the
the same.
busiest.
It
at-
started
at
getting
3.
cold again, and so I would say like 11 to 6 or.
The biggest time period.
hours is
We
a
had
lot.
over 1,000 people on property
At what time?
between noon and 6 p.m.
Yeah, wait, who's the winner?
If it's any,
I'm sorry. What time was it?
Whoever
busiest?
it was between 3 and 4 p.m. But you're the one that has all the times. So you're the one that
That's us.
I
That-
already
we're
knew.
winners.
You have to email that
We're so
out because
winners.
everybody keeps asking me and I'm like I didn't write it down. Karen was the
I
one that
knew
wrote that
I was
down.
I knew I was a winner.
Just wanted to hear it one more time.
Are we the
What
only
we're
two that picked that time?
Here's your buck.
Well, spin
I
it.
want mine too.
There you go.
You know, I don't just accept the dollar like this. You do know that, right?
Are you talking?
Thank you.
you agree with it, I don't know if I ever forgot about that.
And then it goes
Should've
on my
hanged out.
wall. Oh, hell yes.
Good idea. Here, sign mine. Put that on my Ben
No
board.
problem.
He thinks
And
it's
an
like a
original-
shame to do this for
original.
I will
$1
take
bill.
$1 from yours, your
His
signature.
face, he's like,
This is
how dare
going.
you refuse
This is
$1?
going to replace our other dollar bill.
According to the math that we
saying?
had from the buses, Lydia, I'm right here, baby.
What was he?
The time that we had for the buses was at according to this, the net that's we're on property was between 4 and 5 from just the buses, but we know that that's not accurate. So
I definitely still think Saturday.
So
I
if
think
you
Saturday.
pick a
Here's the
Saturday,
deal.
but I think 8 hours.
If we
Really?
shorten it too much, it's not going to be good for our food vendors that make money all day long.
move to that.
We'll see that.
That's correct. And if we need to figure out what we want to charge those food vendors,
And
Because
stick
they're
to
getting
it,
they're getting
because
lunch,
they're
they're getting a
paying.
lunch and a dinner.
and if they don't want to do it, and you know that every one of those people make money.
Oh, I
now
know
they did
because
complain that there was lots of barbecue places. I'm like, that's not my problem.
You know what? There was a great barbecue place and there was a meh barbecue place, and the great one was the nachos, and the hit
I
of
heard
the
about them, but I didn't.
oh, it's
Oh, the
pork nacho
nachos,
with
pork
homemade
nachos.
pico de gallo.
I know that there was a couple times when I walked by like that. I helped my friend. I would stop
The
and
one
I
I
helped
got
her
from
booth,
Kirsten,
and I know that
which
I
he had good
personally
food.
probably collected.
he did really well.
I maybe
He had one
there
cooler left of cold stuff. He
half
could
an
have brought
hour
out, but other
total
than
out
that,
of all the
he
times,
almost
and I know I
did his
collected
entire
over
company.
$500.
And then
in
James's
that
friend
time.
had potato
So they
soup.
made money.
Scoops.
Did
How
well.
I ate that
Ice
twice.
cream.
Did they really?
Ice
do well?
cream
Yes, they did.
sold out of a lot of their ice cream.
No.
Did they really?
They
Because every
sold-
time I went by,
They
they
wanted
didn't.
to
They would have, and their ice cream was not cheap.
And Scoops was it was
I
good
need
ice cream.
Now, wasn't Joe's ice cream supposed to be there?
Joe's ice cream was, but they didn't show.
So do you know why Joe's ice cream didn't show?
Well, you
Did
know
you
what?
hear?
Keep it
Any
because I
idea?
think it's
No,
okay.
sorry, I
Keep
did
it.
not. But keep in mind,
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
the it's the same as Wallasey Bowl.
huh?
They own the same thing.
Keep the pan.
But all I know is they actually did really well
Not
selling
have to
ice
hide from
cream.
the
I was
other
surprised
carrier
by
because
that.
she takes my crap all the
Bill,
time.
what
and
else
I have
did
to
you
fight
have?
her way
Anything?
back. I don't hide her out.
No, I think we
She said
covered
she
it
has a
all.
million of
I think
them,
just
so-
a little more planning on the revenue side,
She said she had a million.
6
so
months
she
out,
wasn't
2
worried
months
she got
out,
back.
and I think we.
I look at it
break
like
even.
I think that we
Cold
should
to
make
you.
$1,000 off of vendors, $1,000 off of the food truck people, and we need to make
$1,000 off of our own raffle.
basically
slash-
whatever we do, we need to make $1,000 on. So if it's
And
the
minimum.
if it's the donation bins, we need to make them to the point of those donation bins will make $1,000.
I would
You know,
like to
even
sell.
if we have somebody,
I'd like to sell $1,000
maybe.
Romas Getaways.
Well, in years
Well-
past we did 600.
We need a revenue goal of at least 6K, because we're gonna have some numbers roll in here.
Yeah.
that
So
are
what
gonna
what
be-
are
So
our
we'll see. I need to between
let's
you
let's
guys. I
quickly
need one of you guys
sketch
to help
out
me
what those
get
revenue items are.
some because I know that we have made money like off of our vendors and different. So is
So
there
we
any
have
way between
popcorn,
the two of you
we've
guys you can
got,
give me some numbers of money
we've got
that
hot
we
chocolate.
actually collected from people?
We've got cotton candy.
New
I don't
revenue.
For the
items.
event.
We'll talk about it 6 months.
We know how
Sure,
much
I just
money
wanna
you
get-
what
put
numbers
this.
are you looking for?
That we can
I'm just
chew on.
thinking,
Couples
you know,
women's getaway?
well, not
So
even
you got
that,
your
but like
cotton candy,
you know,
your
all of our
popcorn,
vendors we charged a fee and
drinks,
stuff. So
whatever
that
it might be.
offsets, you know what I
We
mean,
got,
our costs too.
It's in the spreadsheet.
So
um,
every single one of them we did
Donation
collect.
bins.
I think
Okay.
so.
And how much
did we
did
collect?
They set Mary after him too. After
Okay, how
after
many-
my
how much
mistake,
did we
and
collect
I
off
called
that?
the ice cream guy a food, and I still think ice cream is a food.
You
But
can put other.
you and I'll fight
you know
about
what-
that
We can.
crap.
Let's-
when we're
How much
old.
should we collect off them?
So you got 7.
Off of what?
I don't know.
So if you
I
go
don't-
other,
You
you
know what I
got
mean?
7 potential.
Because that will
I
help.
I'm trying to think
saw
of what
a
else
few
we
didn't
used right
show.
now this year.
And I had one person under 31 gifts that said that she had closed. I'm like, and wanted a refill. I'm like, I don't see
We don't
why
get
I do
refunds.
that.
And no
Yeah.
refund.
Quick question. Let's
so no,
let's.
she didn't
no
get one,
email.
but
What did
she
we
did
use
get it.
this year as
I don't
revenue
have that
generators?
number right now.
Before we go too
I
far.
can get it for you.
So this year
What
for
you
revenue
need.
generators, we used cotton
Cotton
candy.
candy, which was
Couples
almost
Romas
cotton
Getaway.
candy was
Uh-huh.
almost
The
600.
raffle.
Uh-huh.
Was that it? As far as we have vendors,
Vendors.
Vendors.
and then we eat with
We
food.
had food vendors,
I call them
Church.
food trucks.
Food
That's.
trucks.
I think if you say the word food trucks, it eliminates that confusion.
Okay. Well, we didn't do revenue that we could possibly, at least as it's just of things that we did or could easily do is popcorn, hot chocolate, cotton candy, couples Romas
We did
Getaway,
cotton candy.
raffle station, donations, vendors, and food trucks.
Yeah, and you're adding a whole new element. When you
And
think
then we
about the
can, and
restaurant.
like what Bill's saying, we can add more onto that later on, and then we have a restaurant, and
And a
then
beer tent.
you could have a beer tent.
you know how. There's your $6 grand right there.
And live music.
Fort Wayne
That
Home
way.
What does
Show.
it take to do that?
A draft.
Absolutely.
Fort Wayne Home
Set
Show.
up
My
a
friend
tent
could have brought it
in
because she
case.
has her
Fort
But,
Wayne,
and once we have
she
our
has
permit,
that license.
Yes.
we can do
can't
that.
And we can do
We
that.
could
Have a
so do
cinnamon
that.
beer tent.
You have
Yeah,
no idea the
Fancy
parents
law.
will drink. Fort Wayne Home
Oh
Show.
yeah, you would.
The guys.
Vendors will love it.
You
The
know how many
vendors
people
will love
take
it.
we need to do this. A beer tent.
Beer tent.
And
We
then-
got a beer tent.
Cake
Harry's
stands.
beer tent.
Then you need
It has to have a
then
name.
You need to stop at the
Cake
Boom.
stands.
Exclamation points.
But then
Love
you
it.
gotta
The
stop.
live,
Harry's
the
cake.
problem, the problem
That
with
would
live,
be a big
live
money
entertainment
maker,
is
though.
we had problems getting people to even watch the shows.
Yep.
I know,
And
but
seating.
now you're
We have to
adding
have
People
seating.
like to be busy and go
And
where.
now you're adding beer. And now you're thinking, okay, now we're gonna conflict with the 11 o'clock quiet time. So our beer tent better have just we should pick
Yeah, because I know a few
craft
people who
breweries from the area and let
snuck
them
in
do
their own
demos or
I
Now-
think
things like
Near
when
the
we
music.
stopped at 7 p.m., that was fine.
The latest we should go.
Do not go any later than 7 because we don't
Just
do
running-
lights.
And
Just
it
running
was
on
getting
both
cold
sides of the
that
beer
last
check,
hour.
devil's advocate style.
And
Is
we
it
did
gonna
have
hurt
portable
us?
heaters that were
Tell.
ready. They were on
Just
the
looking
porch.
at all the different
We
things.
could have our own sausage.
That's still 11 to 6.
Oh my
Right.
Okay, we're gonna go into that in a little more detail, I think, next year. But those are the simple things that we can.
So is everything on your list, Carrie, Jamie,
don't know.
that you guys came up with?
Uh,
'Cause
I like us to stay open-minded in regards to
Dry
the
wood.
photographer. Let's just see how this runs with her in
Program.
Christmas time.
For her box.
Let's just see how it runs.
It's Christmas time
Should
and
be
you're as
able to
busy as
Read it.
Fall Festival.
Small amount of time,
There may be instructions. for that.
over 200 people will
So-
show up for the pictures. Now that she understands
We
more of
just
what we
swing by.
need with regards to the social media end of this deal,
we will be able to make that determination during the Santa pictures.
just like to stay open to it. And again, I
It's
did
in
not
the wiki
hear.
too.
She
It's in the wiki, so we should be
wants
able to
to
go.
just
If
meet
you-
with every person and go over. Well, I think if we just
When
take
you have
this
It's
dry
just a
over-
matter of
Huh?
Yeah,
station.
dry firewood. That would be beneficial.
It's just a matter of station.
That wood
you know?
that we burnt all day Saturday was wood that we cut last year.
I know.
What do
You
you
have
do at
pole
the
that
other
are
end?
like that thick.
Yeah.
Just a simple little move at him
My thing
to
is
the other
volunteers.
end
That's
of
my
the
biggest.
conference room.
Volunteers, I agree.
And then
Simple
we're gonna
little
really have to look at our
curtains.